Okay guys, welcome to our channel. We are in the middle between two seasons, and we want to explain what happened since our last season. For you guys who is new to the channel, we want to present ourselves. My name is Eddie.
My name is Max.
And we are empath too.
Yeah.
And we never explained what empath is.
Yeah. So it's E stands for Eddie and M stands for Max, and path is literally path to like anywhere. So
yeah, to whatever.
Yeah, to wherever.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a little bit of a follow-up here between seasons, season 2 and season 3. So things happened. And that's also the subject of this video. What happened? So we started out our year by traveling to Asia. However, since our Asian trip, which extensive, almost 3 months in Asia, we lost. We think we lost our data.
Yeah.
But we're still trying to recover the hard disk, which is normal hard disk, which is not a very good idea on a motorbike, actually. So
our trip where we went to Philippines, Eddie went to Philippines, and we went together to Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. So that was supposed to be our season 3, but since we lost it, so we're gonna
drop it. Maybe. We'll see.
But if we can recover,
we'll make a season 4 or something. Mini series. What did I do in the Philippines?
Oh yeah.
What did we do in Philippines?
So Eddie went to the Philippines because we were supposed to get married, but then because of some paperwork,
we read the requirements and I fulfilled the requirement.
Yeah.
But they didn't accept the paper, because it had to go through the embassy and all these sort of things, and it was like, okay. At that time I actually thought it might be easier just to go to Denmark and get married there.
Yeah, so we decided to just
go to Thailand and to go to Vietnam and Cambodia. That's the lost data at this point in time.
Anyway, so we tried to apply for a marriage in Denmark, and Eddie thought it's easier, but no, it's not, because we have to apply and we have to wait for a month. So we dropped the whole thing.
We'll do it in Philippines sometime later on. Okay, enough of that. So after the Asian trip, I went back home for of 3 months or something, about 3 months, yeah. Okay, so when I went home, I decided to get another bike.
So you got a new bike?
So I got a new bike. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited about your new bike.
I was waiting for KTM to come out with their new bike, 490, but that apparently didn't happen. I think they probably didn't think there was a market for it. I think they're totally wrong, of course, because I really wanted it. So I was looking at then upgrading to the 690, but it's like the difference between 690, 790. Or 890 was, in my mind, it wasn't really a big deal. So the springing point for me between the 790 and the 890 was the cruise control. Because one of the things that I discovered when I was driving the 390 is that I started getting really big problems with my ligaments and my joints here in the hands when we were driving long time. And the next project, which is Africa, I knew we were going to spend a lot of time on the road. So I decided I wanted one with the cruise control, and that was really the deciding factor for me on the 890, because the horsepower wise, or if it's a 690 or 790 or 890, it's like it's
obviously more powerful
a lot more
than
powerful.
390. So.
Yeah.
And also, I think the height, because you didn't like the height of the 390, it's a little bit low, so you wanted a little bit higher.
That was the standing position on 390. I didn't like it, and I didn't like also the power in the low end.
Yeah.
So I decided to let's go for proper off-road bike-ish, even though that it's an adventure bike that I have now. Yeah, so I went down to Portugal after a while to get the new bike, and also when I got the new bike, go for training. So I did a little bit of a training in Portugal with off-road off-course. You probably know he has a YouTube channel, a fantastic channel actually. Yeah, so when that was finished, I went home for a little while and then came back for another training. That was the second training, and I got into it again. So my two injuries on the two training sessions was that I broke my rib, and it's terrible. Why did it happen? Well, it was the end of the day, actually the first training day. I was tired and I didn't think straight, and then I went too close to the riders in the front of me, and so I couldn't see the track because of dust. And here we go. I went down with a big bang, smash, in the sand.
And you got your first scratch on your bike also.
Huh?
You got the first scratch on your 890.
Oh yeah, but it's minor. And this 890 is just created for off-road, so a little bit of scratches, but small stuff. So second time, second training. Also on the first day, I was tired in the end of the day. I should have called it quit and gone home earlier. But these young guys that I was with, they just they had lots of energy. Yeah, I had a terrible knee fracture, and actually I restarted our season with my knee still healing up. Yeah. You can see in the first few episodes of the season. Actually, it took more than about six weeks for me to walk properly, yeah.
Without limping.
Yeah, and I still have problems with my knee. Welcome back, guys. We changed the location. We're still at the same day. You want to explain why you want to keep your bike? Because I actually offered you to also to change yours, right?
Yeah, so I decided to keep my bike because I'm just literally getting used to ride that bike, and I'm more comfortable now compared to the beginning of our season. I was still adjusting that time. The whole season 1, basically.
You were so scared season 1, and the beginning of season 2, you're still quite scared.
So at the end of our season 2, I was beginning to.
And season 2 is the Morocco thing.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it.
The whole of Morocco, actually. So yeah, I really enjoyed that season because I was more comfortable and confident driving my bike. So the only issue was the stalling issue, but it's manageable. But I admit that it's annoying sometimes.
So we also decided after the desert trip and all these sort of things to change our outfit, our clothing. The outer clothing, because it's too warm. I mean, in season 2 we were driving a few days there in 47 degrees, 45, 47, and as long as you drive, you can sort of cope with it. As soon as you stop, you're baking. So it's like, okay, so what do we do? we ended up deciding to go for basically motocross jerseys and trousers.
It's basically more cooler, and then we bought protective gears.
Yeah, I checked out. I mean, obviously, I broke my rib on the first training session, and I said, okay, so this plate we had at the time was just not good enough. So I changed a protective gear twice between seasons, just checking them out, and we're ending out with the Lead equipment. Very satisfied with it. The whole trip through Africa, really fantastic. Actually, I don't want to recommend anything for anybody. It's very individual. A lot of people swear to this big, heavy clothing. And I totally get it if you're up north, but if you're driving around in heat all the time, for us it was a no-brainer just to change that, just to get our comfort levels up, and obviously also because we're becoming better drivers, it was time to change.
Yeah, okay guys, so I don't have a visa to go to Europe, so Eddie's did everything, the preparation of the bike, buying the stuff that we need, and transporting the bike to Morocco one by one.
Yeah, there was a lot of preparation, of course, for a big trip like this. A lot of things have to be in order. We have to buy new cameras and all these other things, upgrading what we could upgrade, and test a few things, and then transporting your bike first from Quinta do Conde, where we have where I have my address and registered the bikes in Portugal. Morocco have a special rule, so one person can't have more than one vehicle in their name when they travel into the country. So there's something for you travelers. If you have to have the problem is that I had to register in my name on my passport 2 bikes. That's a problem. The rule is for the travelers is just stay calm and wait for the bus. And so we did that, wait for the bus. Actually, it took us like 4 hours just waiting around. Eventually the big guy came. And he said no problem.
But he warned us that not to do it again, ever.
They would say that every time. So you had to fly to Morocco. How was that trip actually?
Yeah, I think it was quite smooth.
Well, flying for you is like nothing.
But dealing with the immigration, yeah, it's a bit...
You landed in Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Yeah.
Anyway, so before that, when I went through the immigration in the Philippines, it was quite smooth. For the first time, it's like there was only 2 questions and they let me go.
But that's the immigration in Philippines.
Yeah.
They have questions for them when they leave the country.
It's like, for example,
women traveling alone.
Yeah, it's like for example when I went to Bali alone and they were asking me where I finished my college degree and what university and
where you work, how much you make.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a permission from your employer.
Yeah, and if I bought my ticket myself, and
so that's why she's saying it was easy this time.
Yeah. I had a connecting flight from
Dubai
in Bahrain, and then to Casablanca. So also in Casablanca, the immigration officer was nice. So he was just asking me where I was going to stay. So and that was it. I got 3 months as usual. So
yeah, you always get the good visas, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, so you could take the train from the airport.
There was a train outside the airport, so it was quite easy. Actually,
how many hours on the? This is like a bullet train. It's really fast.
I think 2 hours. 2 hours something.
It's quite far. Actually. I don't know how many kilometers. So basically, next day you went down to the port and picked me up with the first bike.
Yeah.
And we stayed the 3 days, and then yada yada. So then I had to go back, and it took me pretty much a week to get back to Morocco, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. To get ready with the next bike, yada
Yes.
yada yada. There was things that I had to do in Portugal, and then we already talked about the trouble we had in the port getting the last bike in.
Also mentioning about the immigration in Tangier, we also worried about the drone because it's not allowed to bring a drone in Morocco.
So what I did, I hid the drone underneath my drinking system in
Yeah.
my backpack. But because they had this issue with us, they never checked the bike
Yeah,
at
they
all.
completely.
They forgot everything. So we just made our papers. There was nobody there. We were the
Yeah.
only ones in
And
the
that-
customs. And then
that was a
it.
good thing actually.
Worried about me losing the drone in
Yeah.
Morocco.
Anyway, so this trip, where are we going exactly?
So we didn't have much of a plan.
No.
Actually, and we checked as much as we could with the visas going West Africa all the way to South Africa. We checked as much as we could online, yada yada.
But we didn't apply for any visa, so
Don't have any carnet.
no carnet in Western Africa, no visas, so we're not that
How much
really
time
ready.
did we say we wanted to spend on the trip? We didn't actually discuss
Yeah,
that at all because
not at
it's
all.
really not an issue for us.
Yeah, we don't have limited time, so we can just take our time, and we will find out about the visa as we go along.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
And then solve the issues with the carnets and the visas as we go.
Yeah, it's gonna be part of our adventure
Yeah,
through
my
Western
goodness.
Africa.
So
So anyway,
of course, at this time we're filming this. We are already done with Africa, and it didn't go as planned. But it's for you to discover through all these videos that we come out with in season 3 now. And I can promise you, lots of trouble, lots of it, and it's. I would say most of our troubles is, the road conditions is an issue,
also
but I would say my personal issues with the border controls was, wasn't fun.
for me, my issue was the road. And anyway, so you will find out, guys. So stay tuned and bear with us. We're gonna start our official season 3 episode 1 from Casablanca to Agadir, because we have so many videos in Morocco already. So check out our season 2. It's all about Morocco.
So we didn't spend time in Morocco, except for we actually spent the whole week in Tangier before we started.
Yes,
Yeah.
just to heal his knee.
Yeah, I had a big knee,
Yeah.
and jumping around like that was like, okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, we
was
look
it.
forward to see you in our next videos. There's a lot of videos coming,
yes.
and see all the trouble we go through.
It's
It has-
exciting.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
it didn't end as we
Yeah.
wanted, but it's for you to see.
Alright guys, that was it for today. I'll see you in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss any of this. This is a epic trip. In the motorcycle world, this is the hardest one to take. It's the hardest route to take, West Africa.
Yeah.
And I can totally agree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay guys, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.